Okay, so for today's posture reset workout, we're going to do one single exercise and we're going to do it for a 5-minute hold. Now, I know that sounds like a very long time, but this is an excellent way of resetting your posture. It's a great way. Often muscles don't take as long to stretch, but connective tissue, fascia can take a little bit longer. So these really long holds are great for resetting things. I just did a test and this is a bit too high for me. So what I'm going to do, so we're going to use a towel. I want you to roll it very tightly, like so. Because this was a little bit high for me, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to unroll it a touch. Okay, and that should be about the right height for me, about there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to position myself so that the bottom points of my shoulder blades, and you want to make sure you're even, make sure you roll the towel up very evenly for this so you're not on an angle. And then I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my head. I'll have my knees bent, and then I'm just going to use that as like a little fulcrum point. We're trying to not get into the lower back, we're actually trying to get into the thoracic, the upper back section. Okay, that's why we have it up at that bottom sort of shoulder blade area. And we're trying to reverse that curve, or not so much reverse it, but more straighten out that curve. And we're going to go for 5 minutes. So you want to have it at a height that you can actually rest your hands and head on the floor. Or potentially you could put like a book or something under here, but you've got to get your positioning right for this. If you feel uncomfortable, you're not going to be able to hold it for 5 minutes. And the idea is that we're really looking to reverse that or straighten out the upper thoracic spine. Also, we're going to be working through the shoulders and the chest. Opening that front side by having our elbows out. So we want to allow our elbows just to fall towards the floor. If it feels really uncomfortable, just remember that you can just unroll the towel a little bit so it's not as big of it's not as high underneath you. We certainly don't want to be overarching our lower back into this. Okay, so we want to make sure that we tuck our pelvis back so that it's not all coming from the lower back, which is going to be very uncomfortable. We want to really focus into that upper back. So just set yourself up into a position. And then I'm gonna be quiet so that you can relax into it. And I want you to just focus on your breathing. Okay, so we're going to take very slow, long, deep breaths in through the nose and then slowly out through the mouth or nose. Trying to make the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale even, and try and relax into the floor as we do this every time you exhale. Try and get a little bit deeper and deeper. Alright, and then we're going to release our fingers, release our hands, and then we'll slide off our towel and just lay along the floor just to go to a normal flat position now. Take a few deep breaths from here. And then whenever we do this reset work, we want to just slowly come up out of it. We don't want to do anything too abruptly. And then again, just give yourself a bit of a feel through the chest, the shoulders, the upper back, and just assess how your neck and your posture feels. And hopefully you feel a lot more upright and a lot straighter after this one.